And we're live. Hello, everybody.
Hey, hey.
Hey. All right. Well, we'll roll right in since we're a few minutes behind. We were just getting everybody ready, make sure everybody's on the same page here. But I'm Ryan, joined by a few other members of the team from ARC, TJ, Mappe, Rabo. This is the state of the art for January 10th. It'll be a bit of a different one. I've got a couple surprises coming out today, so make sure you watch the whole thing. A lot of good stuff coming out today. So. Over the holidays, I hope it was good for everybody. Got a bunch of relaxation in, and then also a bunch of work, as you've probably seen if you've been following Art's and TJ's socials. So kind of a working holiday for everybody, but it was good. Got a lot of stuff accomplished. Got a lot of stuff, exciting updates we're going to share with you guys today. Um, yeah, I'll. Let's let TJ roll with the first thing, since he was probably the busiest over the holidays out of all of us. We'll let TJ give a couple updates that I'm sure everybody here is pretty excited to hear about.
Yeah. Well, and I'll preface with this, guys. If Robo's quiet today, he actually has an excuse. He's working with a throat infection. All right. So cool it on the Robo jokes today.
Yeah.
Yeah, quite a bit though, guys.
Thank you.
Obviously CPA was launched, did very well. That's going to be powered by our models here at ARC. Also, CPA will be part of Earn with ARC. And with that, we had a bunch of agent teams reach out to us who, want to join the mission. They want to have their agents powered by ARC and also be part of the ARC ecosystem. So it's really exciting because, while other frameworks are, they're kind of building, there's a few good ones. Most of them are just working with undoxed teams who don't have a lot of experience. But our protocol has actually had some reach out from some really solid teams who do have experience building, who are willing to dox. With that, we actually are going to be bringing on one of those teams today. Very excited to do this. This guy's been a part of the community for quite a bit. And he's been with us for 2 or 3 years now. So just supporting behind the scenes. And with that, why don't you hop in?
Yeah. And while we're waiting on that, Matt Bay was also busy over the weekend. I feel like he's got a few updates as well.
Yeah, guys. Hey, everyone. So I'm not really a frequent guest on the AMAs, even though I've been doing a lot of the background work on the marketing and the biz dev side for the past 10 months or something like that. So some of the exciting news that I'd like to present from my department are the facts that STG mentioned. We'll have some solid agent teams become a part of the ARC ecosystem in the upcoming few weeks. Also, other than that, we are looking into implementing a lot of interesting AI solutions to automate our marketing reach. And also on the biz dev side, we'll have some exciting partnerships coming up in the next couple of weeks, which are going to actually generate some real revenue. I really think that we have some great stuff coming up this month, and this is really going to help us propel us forward and start this year off with a bang.
Awesome. Yeah, everybody was busy over the holidays. And so everybody may have seen join. This is Ronson. It's his first time going live for everybody to see and check out. So he is joining us from Project Athena. I'll let him introduce himself real quick. So, Ronson, you want to start with just a bit of your background and what led you to create Project Athena in the first place?
Yeah, sure. Nice to meet you guys and everybody that's tuning in today. My name is Ronson. This is the first time I am showing my face and doxing myself. A little bit about me. I'm born and raised in California. I don't want to. I think I'm going to end up giving my whole life story or something. But My dad worked in IT his whole career. So like growing up, he brought home a lot of like different laptops and computers. So I basically grew up with a computer in my hands, and that's how I got interested in technology and in coding. And then I ended up playing a lot of games as a kid. So sometimes I would like dabble and launch some private servers, or like just contribute to software that lets you hack and cheat. Yeah, and that's how I got started with coding, right? So like learning some C++, using proxies, like manipulating packets and stuff to send back to the server side, fun stuff like that. And then like back when Flash games were a big thing, like using cheat engines. Yeah, I missed that. Newgrounds. But yeah, so it made sense that I studied computer science in college, which I did. I went to UC Riverside, got my bachelor's, and then landed in an internship with a Fortune 500 company. Stayed there for 5 years, helping them build out internal tooling and processes, doing like data analytics and building pipelines. And then once COVID hit, I left to join the startup world. And I spent the next few years just doing like pre-sales stuff, pre-sales engineering. So dabbled in a bunch of different stuff, not just software engineering, like like physical operations, IoT, cloud native platforms, and then ended up in fintech and started building financial products for banks. But yeah, and then more recently, I'm now a principal software engineer for another Fortune 500 company. And Athena launched in late August. So pretty extensive background in tech and software engineering, but I think overall, just I feel like I have a good experience all around. To answer the second part of your question, what led to Project Athena? So I got into this space back in 2017 during the whole ICO craze, and there were a ton of scam projects during that time as well, right? I don't think there was as much like phishing and stuff, but definitely a lot of like fake projects out there launching, and quick cash grabs. And between 2017 and 2020, I would periodically check on the state of, like what's going on in Web3 and blockchain. But I was mostly focused on building my professional career and just like stabilizing my life. And then, just last cycle during COVID, I became more active again, especially with like lockdowns and remote work. So I had a lot more free time. And what I hoped to see was that the space had become more mature, and like the scams were gone and safety, everything. Yeah, it's funny. It's sad too. I acknowledge that it did improve a little bit, but I feel like it's just being outpaced by malicious actors in the space. So I think overall it actually got worse. And that's also kind of when memes started picking up, and like Dogecoin and stuff, and a few other ones that I probably shouldn't mention on this call, that you wouldn't want on your tax forms. And like Luna and FTX happened, and that was just like cherry on the top. So I think all of that absolutely killed the reputation for Web3. And for a lot of retailers, that's when they saw crypto and Web3 as a scam. I think most of them still do today, and so they don't want anything to do with it. Now this cycle, meme coins have definitely been kind of like the main thing. And I'm not here to judge, what people want to do with their money. Like I know I have friends who have made money on it, but I've also have a lot of friends who have lost money. But I think we can all agree that hasn't really improved the reputation for Web3, and it's probably made it worse. So anytime, if you tell a colleague that has no experience, or like they don't follow Web3, you tell them that you work in Web3, they probably frown upon that, right? Like they just associate it with like there's like a bad connotation with it. But it's not just meme coins. There's just like more and more scams and like like vaporware out there today because of how easy it is to launch now.
Yeah, that's a big part of it.
Yeah, so things have just gotten worse. So kind of like the same as when I came back during COVID, it hasn't really gone any better. It's actually gotten worse. So that's my long answer of kind of like what led to Project Athena.
Yeah, well, tell us about, kind of in a nutshell, what Athena solved, and then what you want to solve. Working with Arc, working with Athena as an Arc agent.
Yeah, so it started in August. So it's been like it's like month 5 now, and I'm primarily the only developer. I have like 1 or 2 devs that I trust that kind of like pitch in here and there, but it's mostly just been me. And what Athena is accomplishing is kind of like bridging that gap between like the lack of security in the space, and not just in Web3, right? I think there are a lot of good projects out there that have been focused on that aspect. But yeah, like we do like on-chain security. We do like AI audits on smart contract code, but we also focus on things off-chain, like social platforms where the majority of the scams happen. I think like both aspects of it, off-chain and on-chain, are pretty important for the security agent that we're probably going to talk about more soon.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, and if I remember correctly, you've been a member of the Arc community for quite a while, right? How did all that experience, inspire you to collaborate with Arc?
Yeah, I've pretty much been part of the community since before Arc was even called Arc. So I've seen all the ups and downs. I've seen all the obstacles that you guys have had to face and kind of like jump through. But mostly I've been like a lurker. So some people might recognize me. On Discord I go by Ron, and my profile picture is I have a Shiba Inu. And he's not in this room because he barks and it'll ruin this AMA. But yeah, I was more active back in 2022, and then I just kind of like pop up randomly here and there. But just like knowing what Arc has built and has been building for the past few years, it just kind of made sense for me and for Project Athena to reach out for a partnership. Especially because with the Reactor APIs, it's like a direct integration to our platform. Excuse me. For all of our AI capabilities, and I know that like Arc has a hardworking and humble team that's been building nonstop regardless of market conditions. So it's a really important thing to collaborate with a team that is actually here to build and not just here when the money is here.
Absolutely. Yeah, and that's what I'm really excited for is building out this AI ecosystem with teams that are legitimate, that are docs, that have been working hard. Not just launching another anime PFP project with questionable, just sort of questionable, around here, like some of the other protocols, and actually, developing real utility. So
yeah,
that's what I'm excited about. We've been about that for years, and you guys have been building that for quite a while with Athena now. So it's a natural partnership.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and talking about all these scam and security issues that are rampant everywhere, can you talk a bit about how Project Athena tackles the threats that helped you stand out from some other platforms out there?
Yeah. So like I said earlier, I think there are already a lot of good projects out there that kind of tackle the like on-chain security issues. I know. Well, I think MetaMask recently acquired a really good security company, and they focus on using AI to tackle like wallet drainers. And there's the big names out there also that do like the audits and stuff on code. But primarily that focus is all on chain, right? And that's just one piece of the puzzle. There's a lot of issues that are actually off chain, and I think that's the bulk of what needs to be fixed. I read an article from Scam Sniffer, or maybe it was Token Sniffer, I don't remember. But basically, over $40 million per month are stolen, and
Jeez.
yeah, and that's just from like Web 2 stuff. Like, it's not on chain. It's just from like phishing. It's from impersonation, social engineering. So, like on Twitter or X or whatever you want to call it, Telegram, Discord, all the popular social platforms. And that's always been like the main thing, right? Whether like for all like enterprises, it's the same thing. Most of the hacks or like the scams, anytime there's like a breach, it's usually from social engineering. Yeah, like, like we're kind of like more focused in that aspect. I mean, we do have a focus on chain activity as well. Like we're monitoring like transactions, we're scanning contracts and stuff, but we also want to focus on mitigating scams off chain. So that's kind of like where the Athena Secure Bot kicks in. We use AI to detect impersonations, to detect scams and spam activity, scanning files and malicious links. And then we haven't built this yet, but we also want to simulate the wallet transactions. So we just know if a website has a wallet drainer on it before a user even accesses it.
Nice. And I think TJ kind of mentioned it just a bit ago as well, but working on an AI agent with TJ in the background for a bit now, specifically after we launched CPA and how well that did. And can you explain what your AI agent will be doing?
Yeah, absolutely. By the way, this isn't alcohol, this is coffee. Wanted to make that clear. Yeah. So this agent, its primary purpose is going to be identifying and mitigating risks in real time. Just ensuring that users and developers have access to actionable intelligence about potential vulnerabilities, fraudulent activities, or other threats. Like I said, like on-chain protection, off-chain protection, and then just being able to proactively and autonomously detect security concerns like potential exploits for a protocol, and eventually being able to facilitate actions for a user, right? For example, if you're using an agent, you've given it the appropriate permissions associated with your wallet, and then it knows like what kind of coins you're holding, and then it detects like, oh, this token actually has like a high exploit, it's a huge security risk, and it can automatically sell the tokens for you to protect your assets. The great thing is that a lot of what we plan to achieve with this security agent, there's a lot of overlap with our existing Athena work. It already addresses some of these points, right? So what we just need to do is optimize it and then kind of like fit it into an agentic workflow to support the capabilities of this security agent. Like the Athena Atlas, which is our wallet visualizer. Obviously we won't be visualizing with the security agent. I mean, we can, but it's mostly going to be the on-chain analysis, and then the code auditing with AI, and then the impersonation and spam detection from the Athena Secure Bot.
All I envision is like some old school elementary school teacher following you around with a yardstick, and when you act up, just like smacks your knuckles. It's like the same thing. Like you go to try to trade a scam contract and just smacks you on the knuckle with a ruler. Like you don't want to do that.
This agent will it's going to detect all the honest friends.
All the honest friends. Yes.
Jenna's going to be happy. Maybe we branded.
I have 42,000 of them in my DMs right now. Apparently, I'm friends with everybody. And then So, Ronson, why do you think ARC's focus on sustainability and ownership is a good match for Project Athena's security features?
That's a really good question. So I was part of a coin store discussion panel around Christmas time, and we talked a little bit about blockchain privacy and data ownership. And I bring this up because I think AI agents and blockchain are going to have a really big role in the next 5 to 10 years, especially with decentralized identity becoming a key trend as well. And like sustainability is crucial, especially with how much energy and resources it takes to train and run LLMs today. But a lot of industries, a lot of companies, and also I think a lot of people in recent times, they have concerns with their data, and they're concerned about their privacy, their ownership of the data, and that's not just in the context of using it with AI. It's in general. We've had so many data breaches. We have had a lot of misuse of data in the past decade alone. It's a real issue. So I think it's imperative to have a solution that can kind of like protect your data, keep it private, keep it secure and encrypted, and give that ownership back to the user or the client if it's a business. And that's what ARC offers, right? With its sustainable model and in utilizing KeyGuard. So yeah, I think it's a perfect fit.
Yeah, KeyGuard's going to be massive. I don't think people quite realize it. It's quite impressive, which weirdly enough, not to make everybody want it right now, but TJ's got a bit of an update about Reactor. He'll probably share with you in a bit too. But we got a sneak peek of it this morning. It was pretty nice. I don't know if you've even seen it yet, Ronson. It's quite impressive. So continuing along the lines of the AI agent and everything, what will the user experience be like for people who want to try out the AI agent once it's live?
Yeah, so the agent, it'll be accessible through social platforms like Telegram and X. So that means like users can interact with the agent directly once it's live. But there's also going to be a terminal or a dashboard or whatever you want to call it. Basically like a platform that's dedicated to the features that the agent is providing. So you, as a user, you have the experience or the option of either interacting with the agent directly, or you can log onto the platform and just like use those features standalone or altogether without interacting with the agent directly, right? So best of both worlds. It depends on kind of like what you're trying to do.
Nice. Yeah, some people may not be aware, but we've been using Athena to help combat all of this scam and impersonators and everything, and those honest friends that Jenna's harassing me about now. He doesn't want me to mess with his honest friends in Telegram, but also the honest friends. You may have, people may have noticed that there's quite a few less of them on our platforms or socials now. So it's helped quite a bit. It's quite nice just working in the background for us. And then you also mentioned deeper collaborations and everything with ARC, and we're talking about the agent when it is pushed live and all of this. Can you tease any future plans you have that you've been working on, thinking about?
Not really sure what I can talk about or disclose. I mean, we've definitely talked about some exciting ideas once this agent is fully built and released. We have a few different ideas for different agents. One that will make a pretty big impact for users in this space. I'll leave that to TJ if he wants to talk about that, or if he wants to keep it private. But we've also talked about
put him on the spot. Get him.
Yeah.
No, well, one thing I like about Ronson, guys, is he just puts his head down and builds, right? He's not focused about the marketing aspect, trying to make it seem like something that it's not, right? He's not focused about all these different narratives everywhere going to and fro. He just builds. So I will I'll stick with what Ronson is saying here. He's actually going to build something, and updates will come along as it's being built, just like with Athena. I mean, if you guys check out the website and everything that's been pushed out there, how they've hit their targets, you can see he's more about building than talking. So
and how it definitely should be, right? So for everybody that's watching or may watch this on replay and tune in later to get some information from it, Ronson, where can all of our communities find more information about the launch, stay up to date about Project Athena's progress, and just be in the know?
Yeah, so we post all of our updates on Twitter and also through our Telegram channel as soon as we have information. So definitely that's where both communities can kind of like tune in for the latest updates on the launch. And then like my team and then Echo, which he was on the last AI Alliance space. And me as well, we'll all be active to answer any questions as well. And I'm also in the ARC chat, both on Discord and Telegram. So if anybody has questions, just feel free to tag me or DM me.
Yeah, do you want to say your handle so people can tag you and DM you?
Yeah, so on Telegram, it's Invention20. It's the one with the Shiba Inu. And then it's also Shiba Inu on Discord. I don't remember what my handle is on Discord though. It's probably just my name.
No worries. It's so funny that Ronson's been here with us for years. So when I actually met him, I was like, wow, that dog is real. I thought it was just a meme dog off the internet.
It's a lot older now.
Yeah.
Uh,
Cool, guys. Well, should I share that?
I think you should. Everybody's probably been waiting on it.
Cool. Yeah, especially I think it's Santa in Discord. Well, share from this morning.
I see what you did there. He better be watching this now.
Oh, you think he's watching? He's supposed to be watching. Checking everything twice.
Let's present some sauce.
Yes, the sauce.
Can you guys, are you able to hear a screen share? It's so much better if you can hear the reactions. But let's see.
I don't know if you captured audio or not.
Go here. See if you can hear it. Can you hear it?
Oh.
I'll narrate it then. No worries. They need to fix that. Okay.
That would be nice, right?
I'll make this a little bit bigger for our friends on mobile screens.
Yeah, the rest of us got a sneak peek of this just minutes before we hopped into this call, but I think this will be the first time Ron over here has seen it.
Yeah. So just some context. We've been working on pushing search to the reactor, and it's very exciting, the progress that we've been making. So I'll just be showing an update. It's actually taking one of the questions from the community because this guy keeps asking.
We have memed this question into existence.
Yeah, he keeps asking, who does Harry Kane play for? Who is Harry Kane?
I should point out, TJ, that this, was probably, me being in the community all the time with Jameson and Silver and everything. This is probably one of the most recurring things we see our community wanting. And so we've been working pretty hard on this to push this. And I think everybody who's felt this has been a pain point is going to find that this release is going to alleviate all of that and be a huge step forward.
Yeah, it's bigger than AGI. All right. So basically, who's Harry Kane? Just look at the UI, guys, as it comes across the screen, our search results. We get our sources. We get, a really solid answer, who he is, who he plays for currently. We get images, we get videos as well now. This is, like I said, it's going to be pushed to Reactor soon. Who does he play for? We asked to show the secondary logic as well, that it doesn't just reopen a whole new thing, but it's context aware. So the UI would be a little bit different for this one. Sources again, the exact team that he plays for. So yes, that's finally answered. Thank you. Related questions. So instead of just a continual prompt, now we have the related questions. You can click on those and you get an expansion on those questions. You get images, video. I don't want to spoil too much. I think I'll stop it there.
Sorry to interrupt. I maybe it's just me, but I don't see what you're presenting other than the Google Meets.
Yeah, I think you got the wrong tab on.
Are you serious?
Yep.
Wow. I feel
I know.
All right. Let me fix this.
He's got so many other tabs he can't share. He's gotta make sure he only gets the.
Yeah. Well, I got to show the tax report for CPA next. But all right, I'm gonna run through this again really fast. So we ask the question that defines all AGI narratives, right? You can see how fast it loads in. Who is Harry Kane? We get immediate sources, images, videos, a really highly detailed answer. It's formatted well. You also get related questions. So it's like an upgraded version of continual prompts. Images, videos. And then you can also ask a secondary question, right? Additional questions. And you get a quick answer that just follows along with the context of the conversation. So I don't even have to say, who does Harry Kane play for? I just say, who does he play for? And it keeps that context. So basically, this upgrade, it's providing so many things for reactors. So you got not only basic web search, but you have sources. So you can click this, go directly to the sources. You can search images. You can search videos now. You have your related questions as well. Audio, you can regenerate. It's solid upgrade all around, along with some other upgrades that we'll be teasing, pushing out to reactors soon.
Yeah, this screenshot right here, I should point out, we talked about this just before you hopped on to this call, before we went live, but this is quite massive for several reasons, right? So not everybody grew up in the age of AI, right? It's only the current generation that this is the standard to just go to AI to get an answer. A lot of people started with Google or Yahoo or AOL. And a lot of the holdouts to AI tend to be, people who didn't grow up on AI, or this wasn't part of their life to start. So with this update, now those people that are so used to only Googling and they only trust it when they find the site themselves, and this is just human nature, they trust something they find themselves more than something that's just handed to them. So by putting the sources right here in the beginning, a user will have more trust that the answer may be correct, and even reaffirm what they were thinking, that it's going to show exactly where it pulled the data from and all of the sites. You can see it pulled 11 extra sites. I mean, there's 14 different places it pulled information from to verify the answer that's only 5 lines long, right? So people can instantly see that. And it may not be as important with this specific prompt right here, but off to the side, as CJ mentioned, the ability to search images and video, these are related to the prompt. So if, Ronson is trying to figure out how to cheat through this Mario level, right? And he can't write the code himself for it anymore, you start asking your reactor for information about this level and how to get through it. And you may be able to just click that search videos and it's automatically going to find the video pertaining to what you're trying to accomplish in a game, for example. Or if you're trying to write a bit of code and you need, some logic flow for something that you're unfamiliar with, right? You'll be able to search the images right there and be able to get a massive logic flow, or an image about anything you're looking for. You're asking about a certain species of butterfly, it's going to instantly pull up the images for it there too. So you no longer have to search multiple places. You're going to be able to get everything you need, all the information and all the images and video and sources to be able to cite everything in one spot in this clean layout. Follow-up questions are easy right on the bottom. It knows exactly what you're talking about and how to continue conversations. So that's why we were so excited about this push, and we think this is going to alleviate a lot of those pain points people are having. If you could have heard the audio on this call, all of us were just like, this is 1,000 times better and just perfect for everything you need when you're trying to use AI. So
Yeah, it's
Really
essentially a super powered web browser. And it kind of follows our philosophy too. And I mean, because we lead with the sources first, right? We're not like other projects hiding behind anime PFP, but we deliver. Here's our faces, and then here's the reactor. You get the behind the scenes. You get to see the teasers before we release. You get to see our live reactions. And I hope to actually drop the audio for this later on my X. But we lead with the sources. So very excited to push this soon. And it will be pushed to web app before it goes to mobile app. But yeah, guys, this should significantly speed up your workflows, your research, and just be a much better experience overall. Very excited.
Yeah, and plus everybody gets to tune in and watch Ronson drink from a red Solo cup in the morning.
I'm
Yeah, but
glad
next
you
time-
cleared that up.
You didn't get a coffee cup.
Oh, by the way, I forgot to do a little CPA demo really quick as well. And then once that's plugged into Reactor, it's going to get much better. I don't want to tease too much on the features there, but with Reactor search being significantly enhanced, it's not going to be so difficult to extend that to Etherscan, Basescan, and all of the different blockchain explorers out there to make it significantly easier to do your taxes. And once again, that links back to ARC. So I'll show you guys just the rudimentary demo right now. So you have your CPA agent. You can select different chains, different locations. We'll do United States. We'll do base. Or no, let's stick with Ethereum for now. Just selecting a demo address for ease of use. It'll load that report right up. Now let's process the report. I have my transactions here, so you can see what's classified as short-term, long-term. You have your total tax liability. You have these different statistics. You pull up preview tax report. You have your executive summary, the tax code summary, risk factors, recommendations. Then if you hit download report, you can also get a report of your transactions with a nice graph up here, simple tables to summarize everything, and a report down here. And just this immediately as it's released should be helpful to most accountants, because most crypto users, they don't work with an accountant that's crypto native, because the crypto native accountants cost a lot more. So most users are forced to work with normie accountants right now, or file the taxes themselves with TurboTax. So what this process does is it takes the data and it formats it into something that's very easy to understand for these accountants. Which should lead to saving significant time, effort, and headache. Because I know firsthand, working with an accountant, that if they don't understand crypto and you show them Etherscan, they're going to feel overwhelmed. Sometimes they might take months to do your taxes, and then you file way late in the season. Then by the time you file, you realize that income and capital gains were mixed together, so you're paying extra taxes, but it's too late because you don't want to get audited, so you get your taxes through. So this solution should make it much simpler. And it shows a fantastic use case with the ARC agent ecosystem, with our models. And I'm very excited for Ronson's project as well, and then how the upgraded reactor will tie into these both.
Yeah, it's kind of good timing with CPA as well, because I believe I just read a couple days ago or yesterday, there's a pretty big name that was just taken down and sentenced for tax evasion here in the US for early Bitcoin gains. So yeah, now that it's more established with ETFs and everything, crypto has just become more mainstream. The IRS here in the US is definitely starting to crack down even more. So I mean, I can't tell people what to do, but you know, if you don't file your taxes, all I can say is the U.S. government loves money, and they will get it.
Yeah.
So better be careful, right?
Afraid that Trump comes through on his promise to make U.S. crypto free, right? Like,
Yeah, that would be nice. I think, yeah, specifically Bitcoin he's looking at or something right away. I don't know. Yeah, we'll see.
Well, as long
They
as
love their money.
the U.S. rug pulls are still targeted. I think if U.S. rug pulls were taxed, it'd bring in a lot of revenue. You could probably fix all the roads up and sell 100.
It's over bridges and roads, no more potholes. Although I did see that video of the Neo made that electric car that can jump potholes now. Did
That's
you
pretty
see
great.
that? It came
Yeah,
out.
the
Yeah,
Chinese company.
yeah. I think it was Neo, right? Or
Well,
IQ.
apparently there's a lot of stuff like that. I don't know if it was the 60s, but we've kind of regressed in certain areas with tech. You know, everything breaks nowadays. But I think the tech for it jumping over the potholes has existed for a while now. It's just in America, if you want that in your car, it's another 40,000. They don't just throw it in there.
Yeah.
That's why Tesla is so successful, because they're not trying to just get you for every little thing. You know, oh, this package 4,500. Oh, this package 14.99. They're just like, let's make our cars cool. I think if we bring some of that back to crypto and to the general landscape, we're gonna have jumping cars, flying cars. It's gonna be pretty cool.
Yeah, it's funny. I bet that pothole technology was around, and we passed the Interstate Act. All the roads were super nice because we just built them. So it was like, we don't need this anymore, right? These interstates are built better. And then all of a sudden it's like, oh, we don't have money to fix potholes on our interstates. So let's bring the tech back. But, full circle. Everything goes in, waves, right? Yeah.
Yeah. Wait till in LA when they start rebuilding, they have to wait 5 years for a permit.
Yeah.
Because there might be some birds nesting on the ashes.
Mm-hmm. It's actually a common thing. Yeah, there are animals, especially in the Everglades, that live off of the lightning strikes down there. But I only know that because my child watches Octonauts. In case there's any other parents whose child loves Octonauts.
Don't show them Wildcrats.
I don't know what that is. I think I'm good.
In your head, it'll be in your nightmares.
Oh, okay. Sorry, guys. Sorry, got a bit on a tangent there, but I haven't seen any questions. Robbo, we'll ask you, simple nod works if you see any questions that you've gotten that people asked. Silver did get me that. It was 125 million in crypto. The guy failed to report 3.7 worth of sales. He lost 124 million. So don't be that guy. That's a lot of money to get seized.
Yeah. Man, 740 people attending live right now. We have no questions.
Well, I guess you did a pretty good job of answering everything. They really just wanted to see us be drinking out of our solo cups and Yetis this early in the morning.
They want to see Ronson's face.
Yeah. All right. Well, TJ or Ronson, do you guys have any parting thoughts, long-term vision for the partnership between ARK and Athena going forward? Anything?
No, I mean, I think it's going to be great, joining forces with ARK, and, it's going to help accelerate our vision and our goals of making Web3 a safer and more accessible space. I truly believe we'll be able to make a lasting positive impact and, finally make it user-friendly, and, with that, we'll have mass adoption, right? So yeah, it's exciting. I'm looking forward to it. And thank you guys for having me on this space today.
Yeah. Thanks for being here. Yeah, guys, I just want to say that CPA is a great use case, and Ronson's team is amazing. And this is part of our future. We plan to get ARK technology to the masses and to decentralize the ownership of AGI. And part of that is by making agents with real use cases, with real utility, led by real people that you can see and ask questions to. And that's exactly what we're doing here. So this is a great start to our journey, but by no means are we stopping anytime soon. We plan to keep building and really get out there. So the world might have slept on ARC for a while, but it's not going to for much longer.
Yeah, we'll call this web search Mark, this update Mark 1.5. I'm super excited for it. I can't wait. Yeah, I want to thank everybody for tuning in for our State of the Arc. TJ's got another interview later on today. Be sure to tune in for that, 4 p.m. Eastern time, I believe.
Central.
4 p.m. Central time. Yeah, I just the world runs on Eastern time. I just assume I'm superior in this time zone to everybody. But yes, thanks everybody for coming in. For those who may not have caught it, I did tag Ronson in both Discord and Telegram, so you can see his handle. I'll start adding him in there with permission so you guys can distinguish him in here. But if you guys have any follow-up questions, feel free. You can join our Telegram or Discord. Ask away. You can join Project Athena's socials as well. Make sure you're following everybody. TJ, the main handles, Project Athena Foo on X, to stay up with all the updates. We got a lot of stuff that's coming over the next few weeks. As Matt Bay kind of hinted on, TJ and Ronson probably hinted on just a little bit there. So please make sure you stay tuned to everything. We'll be back for another AMA in just a couple weeks. And if anybody has any questions between now and then that you want to have answered live on the AMA, feel free. In our Discord, we have an AMA questions channel. Drop them in there. If you have any questions you want answered immediately, or you have any issues you need help working through or anything, please feel free to tag any of the admins denoted in Discord with an orange name and admin tags in our Telegram. Please stay safe. Don't click on any links. Did I say this? And then do you see that? Links just pop up in our Telegram, and then I'm pretty sure Athena just swatted it instantly. But yeah, stay safe out there, everybody. Appreciate you hanging out. If you're not already following our CEO and founder TJ on X, please make sure you do. He shares a lot of good stuff on there about what he's been working on. You get some CPA updates, ARC updates, deadlift updates. I could deadlift a bunch of toothpicks with styrofoam weights on the end. That's about it. I'll just run around the block carrying that. That's kind of my speed. But thanks again, everybody. And hey, in a few hours, enjoy your weekend, guys. And we'll catch you for the next AMA. Take care, everybody.